Inversion thinking is a powerful mental model that involves approaching a problem or goal backward. Instead of focusing on how to achieve a desired outcome, you consider the opposite, how to guarantee failure or the worst possible outcome. By identifying potential pitfalls and obstacles, you can then develop proactive strategies to avoid them, dramatically increasing your chances of success. This method, often associated with figures like billionaire investor Charlie Munger, who famously quipped, "All I want to know is where I'm going to die, so I'll never go there," helps counteract common cognitive biases like confirmation bias and encourages a more thorough, resilient approach to problem solving. The meaning of inversion thinking. Inversion is the practice of negative visualization and thinking in reverse to solve problems and reduce risk. The core philosophy is that avoiding stupidity is often easier and more effective than seeking brilliance. A counterintuitive approach. Our natural inclination is to think forward, how do I make my business successful? Inversion thinking changes the question to, what actions would guarantee my business fails? This simple shift in perspective forces you to identify behaviors and scenarios you must actively avoid. Key principles. Identifying obstacles. By brainstorming paths to failure, you uncover hidden assumptions and potential roadblocks that a forward-thinking approach might miss. Risk mitigation. The method is a powerful tool for risk assessment. Preventing disaster is often more achievable and impactful than predicting the precise path to triumph. Challenging assumptions. It helps you step outside normal thought patterns and see situations from a different angle, forcing you to consider evidence that might disconfirm your initial beliefs. Simplicity and clarity. In many complex situations, it's difficult to know the exact steps to success. It is much easier, however, to list the actions that will certainly lead to failure. Avoiding that list becomes your clear strategy. The process. Applying inversion thinking to a challenge generally follows a four-step process. Identify the goal or problem you are facing. For example, I want to lose weight. Reverse the problem by asking, what would cause the worst possible outcome? For example, how do I guarantee I gain weight and become unhealthy? Analyze the factors leading to that negative outcome. For example, eating fast food every day, avoiding all exercise, drinking sugary sodas, and develop strategies to prevent or mitigate those negative factors and apply the opposite behaviors. For example, avoid fast food, commit to regular exercise, drink water instead of soda. Examples of inversion thinking in practice. Inversion thinking can be applied across numerous aspects of life, from personal development to business strategy. Personal finance and investing. Instead of asking, how do I get rich? The inverted question is, what behaviors would ensure I go broke? Failure behaviors, chasing every hot stock tip, investing money I need for immediate expenses, ignoring diversification, and failing to track spending. Actionable insights. To avoid failure, I must stick to a disciplined investment strategy, maintain an emergency fund, diversify my portfolio, and carefully budget my income. Career development. Instead of asking, how do I succeed in my career? The inverted question is, how do I guarantee my career fails? Failure behaviors, consistently missing deadlines, being disrespectful to colleagues, never learning new skills, and avoiding responsibility. Actionable insights. To avoid failure, I need to prioritize meeting deadlines, foster positive professional relationships, commit to continuous learning, and take initiative in my role. Business strategy and risk management. Instead of asking, how can we increase sales? A team might ask, how could we decimate our sales and lose customers? Failure behaviors, providing poor customer service, offering inconsistent product quality, never contacting clients after the initial sale and ignoring market feedback. Actionable insights. The team can identify specific areas for improvement, such as implementing a robust post-sale follow-up process, establishing quality control measures, and actively soliciting client feedback to build better customer relationships. Decision-making. Jeff Bezos's regret minimization framework. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos used a form of inversion when deciding to leave his job to start an internet company. He didn't just focus solely on the potential success of his new venture. Instead, he used a regret minimization framework. The inversion. He imagined himself at 80 years old, looking back on his life. Would he regret not participating in the early internet revolution? The result, he realized he would sincerely regret not having participated in this thing called the internet, far more than he would regret a failed business attempt. This made the decision to take the risk incredibly easy. By systematically considering the opposite of what is desired, inversion thinking provides a unique and effective lens for making better decisions and avoiding obvious pitfalls in a complex world.